What's up, people of YouTube? This is Hidden Angel Lionheart coming to you live from the newly remodeled, well, technically newly remodeled living room. Before we get why the frick is there sanctuary sylphs in the guild chamber? Okay, I don't understand this. I swear this game's been getting frickin' laggy and frickin' weirder anymore lately. Anyway, this is going to be, I know it's been a while since I've done like a walkthrough video, and this is was asked of me to be done by my buddy Mahdi from one of his servers and his terrible level 63 mage with like 160, probably close to 170, 180 battle rating now. And why I say terrible, you'll understand here shortly, but let's clean up the chamber and kill off some of these, guild critters. And as you guys can see, I went critical build on my Mage now, because I know I talked a while about being EWD for a while till I got the correct stats and so forth, and gems, Astrals, etc, etc. And as you can also see, I got a new rune, which I technically switched over the Rage rune, which was technically probably the best option. I kind of took it as an idea from Sky Mage from server 66 or 69 or 66, whatever server him and Pitu is on. Anyway, shout out to Sky Mage from server 66 and Bad Killer from server 66 and Pitu from server 69. Either 66 or 69, I forget what servers they're on. Anyway, I got that all cleared up. And I'm about to show you guys my stats. So Mahdi, pay attention, because I know you're going to be watching this video. Alright, so my skills are pretty much the same for right now until I go to like 64. And I'm probably going to put my skill into Thunder, so that way it's maxed out in its damage stats. And the next one, it goes from like 275 to 295%. It deals 215% more damage instead of plus 180. And, well, not much of a difference except for a bit of a damage boost, which is always a good thing. And for skill 1, this is pretty much my farming set of gear, but I'll probably max out Suntoria in case I ever decide to do the restore DPS build, which is probably going to be a while till my BR is a little bit higher, but I'm pretty much a god right now. And Astrals right now I'm using and as you can see, I got all Saint Astrals, and I'm actually working to make Holy Brilliance a Saint. But I'm probably not going to do much with it, except if I go to like 70 or whatever, but it's probably going to be for Enhanced Determination. If I do go to 70, it's either going to be Determination or Guardian Angel to reduce critical percentage and damage percentage. So, yeah, there's that. So, my Saint Caprico is level 5 Saint, with about 10,000 extra damage. And mainly here lately I've been working on anyway, I'll get back to this here in a second. Then we have Saint Libra, which is my block astral, level 4. Level 3 Saint Scorpio for magic defense, Saint Taurus for physical defense, and lastly Saint Sagittarius for plus 6,000 crit. And then we have Refined Goddess Blessing. You guys already know this has been level 10 for a while now. But these are my main Saint Astrals. My Astral value is like 104,000, which actually ain't bad. So anyways, I was going to say earlier, and then I caught myself. I'm probably going to be making Saint Caprico maxed first before I do any of my other Astrals, depending on how I do this set and build. Because my Mage is pretty much a beast, as you can see from this new event. They pretty much, for Easter, they gave away the Dark Call attire with the Sora Call hat, the Dark Call robe, and the, I forget what the weapon is for it, but it gave that whole set for free for Easter, which was cool. And then I worked my way up to get the Fire Dragon wings, which was really freaking great, because now I have these, because I remember the last time they had these, it was like $100 for a recharge for 7,800, and I'm like, oh, you son of a gun. And I had already had bills paid, and I'm like, crap, I couldn't get these wings, and I always liked these wings. But now I have them, so anyway, there's that. So anyway, as I was saying, Saint Caprico, I've been working on maxing out first, and right now I'm stalking on Dust astral dust, or whatever type of dust you want to call it. Probably that good cocaine type of dust. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that crap. Alright, anyway, as I was saying, Capricorn is going to be maxed out first before I do any of the other saints. If I do decide to do any other saints, it's probably going to be Taurus and Scorpio. Needless to say, those are the main ones you want to work on, is your attack and defensive astrals. For newbies, pretty much, I'm sorry guys. For newbies, if you're going for critical, do not do critical, because that is completely irrelevant and you cannot always rely and depend on critical. And this is coming from a guy who is an EWD build, enhanced spell destroyer, etc, etc, etc. Because critical is not always a guarantee, and people always want to try and max that out try to max out Sagittarius and Capricorn first, or whatever the other Saint Astral for physical is, because I never got a Saint Astral on my night for the longest time because I just was procrastinating it and I was too lazy to advance my Astrals. So, yeah, there was that. And, as I was saying, you usually want to max out. If you're going to do critical, you need to have your attack Astral and attack stats a lot higher before you decide to go crit. Because if you do crit and you just have crap attack, you're not gonna really be hurting the other person. You're gonna be hurting yourself stats wise. So that's why I always advise, even to my friend Reshi on here, shout out to Resh, I strongly advise her to go EWD, and she even struggles, even with me, but she's actually been getting a lot better to the point where she's nearly killed me. But that's mainly because I've helped teach her and taught her how to do some of the stuff on here for Mage, so I'm pretty much her coach, even though I'm kind of a butthead about it, but regardless, needless to say, she's been doing a lot better, and her Mage is actually almost as strong as mine, actually. And ironically, I can beat level 70 people on here with fully maxed out 70 legendary gear, etc, etc. And tier 2 Sylph's legendary stats, max and sepulchrum stats. And it's just, I think it's funny because I'm pretty much the only, well, not the only, one of the good mages on this server 91 that can actually compete and hold a candle to some of the level 70 people. Now, if you're talking about chivalry, yeah, that's gonna be a long time before I catch up to him. You Australian jerk. Anyway, much love, we have to trash each other. Anyway, here's what you've all been, before I get to the main stats, I've actually been doing a lot of mount requiring and advice from Chivalry, because Chivy has even told me in the past to get mounts, and I regretted it because I wanted to get all the new clothing on my knight. And I'm like, I really regret this now, because all this clothing I bought recharge wise, I'm getting it for free now. I can actually get them free from events. I'm like, I'm such a stupid person. Literally, it's like a really sick joke on me, in all honesty. But anyway, I've been doing some mount hunting, and my stable strength is like 14,200 or whatever last I checked. But as you guys can see, well, normal stables has been maxed out. My upgraded stables has been up a bit, and I ended up getting the Gemini 7, and I'm working to get the Lava Steed, and getting those shards is a pain in my rear. Seriously, I'm gonna have to wait for a recharge event, and I hope Gaia does another recharge event for Lava Steed or the Lightning Eagle, because those are the two main mounts I'm going to need to be aiming for right now. Because as you guys can like kind of see, my advance is like halfway there, and main place is pretty much maxed out, and all I'm doing is like doing the endurance, defense, intellect, stats, and strength is like the last thing you always want to do if you're a mage and you're upgrading your stables, because strength is irrelevant unless you're trying to build your physical defense, but you really don't need to work on your physical defense that much, because mainly in the battlegrounds, and that's pretty much what this mage is a hardcore camping tune to build stats before you level to the next battleground stat, because for 60s you're in a mix between 55 to 64, or usually 60s to 69, which is why I'm trying to avoid the 70s, because in 70s they've got people up there with 600,000-700,000 battle rating. I'm like, I ain't ready for this crap. I am not ready for this crap. And anyway, there's that. And then right now I'm going to be showing you guys some of the main mounts I've gotten at special. Well, VIP mount is kind of irrelevant. Then you have the Ruby-Eyed and Shadow Steed. I just got the Ghost Tiger, and he was like $100 recharge, and I'm just like, this is good to have, but it helped boost my battle rating by like 1,000. And then I've gotten all these other mounts, the White Alpaca and the Piggy mounts from the mystery shop, which was nice. The Baby Griffin I actually got from a recharge like a month or two ago. So there's that. And I just got the Arcane Griffin as well from Easter recharge, so I'm actually really happy with that result. And also the Razor Dragon Steed, or Razor Dragon, not a steed, the Razor Dragon, Nightshade, Cloud Sailor, I've gotten unlocked, and I got the Underworld Steed. I might have shown that in one of my past videos, but I got that like during the Chinese New Year event they did when I got the full Emperor's attire. That's like the original set, which was like people spent thousands of dollars on to get. So they did a freebie event where you had to invest 50 of each of this and that. So I was able to get the mount and the Underworld Steed mount. There was one other, I cannot remember what it was. And the Emperor's attire. Oh, that's right, the Bleakly Star. That's what I got from Chinese New Year event. I got the Bleakly Star and the Underworld Steed, which really boosted my battle rating a good bit. The Tusky Boar, also Chinese New Year event. And Inferno Dragon from the Hero Metal event that's been going on. So I'm still working on building that. And I just now got this mount from this event that's now passed. That's a multiple item exchange, and this is the main mount that makes you invest another $1,000 or so to get, but I managed to save up on items for the multiple exchange, and I actually scored this bad boy, so I don't even have to worry about crafting this thing. So I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So there was that, and the Furious Chimera, I think I might have shown that one of the past videos. But anyway, yes. One of the other key main things to boosting your battle rating more is mounts. You really need mounts. Astrals, kind of irrelevant unless you can, like, save up on lots and lots of Sepulchrum and then just blow it all on a multiple exchange event to where you're blowing all of the Sepulchrum on whatever Sylphs you have and then just sacrificing the Sylph for more Sepulchrum, which there is kind of a method to where if you upgrade certain Sylph that you're not using and you just sacrifice it to get back 80 to like 200 Sepulchrum. So that's actually not bad and honestly and worth it, and plus that's extra of what you would need so that we can get Astral Dust, Gold, and more Advanced Sepulchrum to where you could trade 200 Advanced Sepulchrum in for regular Sepulchrum, which is not too bad in this amazing item exchange event for that lasts until like the 31st of July of this year. So we've still got plenty of time to do stuff until they make another event for that. So anyway, I've showed you my mounts, I've showed you my Astrals, and now I'm showing you my Sylph, my Pan, and he's like 92,000 battle rating right now, and he's got 4 out of 6 purple tire gear, and technically I can make a gold, but I'm not wanting to put the effort into it. Plus I need to save up on gold, and well, not so much gold, but mainly the enchantment items that I would need. And I have not been able to get much of that because, again, that's also from recharge events, spend events, and I don't recharge much for self-enchantment items, and I do what I can if it's like a multiple thing to where if it's like mounts or whatever. Like I said, I'm mainly recharging and going for events to where I'm getting mounts now to where I can max out my battle rating as high as I can go, and I'm literally aiming for 600,000 battle rating before 70, which would be really, really, really great Literally, it's the point where you will be a god and no one will be able to bully you in 60s BG. Because right now, Pit U is actually 500,000 and Sky Mage is like right behind her. So they're the mage gods of Battleground right now. And the main Knight guy is either Apocalypse, Dark Gaze, or Darks. That's it. Darks or the Goat. And whatever on his note. Anyway, there's that, and then I've got all solid level 7 divinity souls socketed in my pan. So, and plus, as you can kind of see, I've gotten just physical attack, magic defense, and health, because pan is wind and hence electricity. So like Eve is strong against wind, so that's why I have to build up my magic defense stats on him, because of course magic defense and this guy don't go too well. So that's what I mainly use, and when these go purple, the Divinity Soul itself will boost my battle rating by 500 to 1,000 more, which is actually kind of cool, in my honest opinion. But, besides from that, yeah, and I've got his, stats set to where, I had to refine his Sylph gear. It's actually decent stats, so it's got health and physical attack and defensive stats, and then mainly health, because the health does really help you a lot. Then I've got like triple magic defense and 1 physical attack, which I actually got lucky on. And then you have more magic defense, health, physical defense, and physical attack, a health, and a physical defense. Wait, did I already do that one? Oh yeah, I did. And then physical defense, health, physical attack, and health. So, yeah, mainly health and defensive stats you want to work on, or not so much health, but, I mean, the health is nice, and it boosts your BR a lot more, but health is really irrelevant unless you have defensive stats that can support the damage and so forth. You guys get what I mean. I'm tired. It's, like, almost be 2 o'clock in the morning, Sanctuary is about to shut down, and for some reason the game is I'm tongue twisted. The game is glitched on my end to the point where I leave Sanctuary and it still says I'm still in Sanctuary, which does not make any sense at all. So there is a slight chance the game might crash, as a heads up. So if it crashes, I'm just going to end up pausing the video. But anyways, you can also see I got his skills set, and plus I'm wanting his skills like this. I'm debating on giving him the Aquilian Larent, where it boosts my defensive stats for 3 rounds, or percentage for 3 rounds, by like 30 or 40% or whatever. It's kind of like an Apollo shield, but for yourself only. So right now his main attacks, of course, is the main 3 is Gust Strike, Apocalyptic Hurricane, and then Wind's Grace, and the 4th skill is Aquilian's Lament. And that's mainly the main 4th attack you want on Pan when he's 60. If you don't go 70s for a while before you make Medusa, because for Medusa you want the Steel Rage skill that she can learn, because that thing helps you a whole freaking lot. I am not even joking, and it's amazing. I'll just put it that way. Then for passives, I made him learn the Master of Wind, to where when you hit with a critical attack, when you are attacked by someone with critical, like say if you're hit by archers, because archers are crit gods, unfortunately, this can give me the plus ability to where I get like plus 10% in extra block rate. So if I'm getting hit, my block is going to increase to the point where I'm getting hit for half the damage I would be mainly getting hit for. So anyway, there's that. As you guys can see, his magic defense and physical defense are about the same. So building his physical defense is more relevant, because you're always seeing people with Eve, and it's really kind of annoying me, because Eve is just overly abused in Battleground, so that's why I never use it. However, if I do start using my Archer more when he goes 50s and I start making him into a god, I will be using either Eve or Yeah, as I said, hypocritical on my end. Either Eve or Apollo, because Apollo really helps a lot too, and it's got really good magic defense and attack stats, and plus it can heal. Unfortunately, Eve cannot heal, so that's another reason why it kind of sucks. Um, sorry, not sorry. So anyway, there's that. Here's his Divinity Souls attack or skills and everything. And mainly, of course, you always just want the strength or the intellect stat boosted because all the other stats you really don't need. And equipment. Oh, and his God Core. Okay, hold on. Let me get out of chamber and see if this helps. Alright, if this game crashes, I'm gonna be slightly peeved. Anyway, back to my God Cores. For Pan, I've just now got the Sunder to where it boosts his physical attack, so I'm happy for that, and I'm always checking the shop on 91 servers 9091, because since those two servers merged, for more Astral, or not Astrals, God Cores that are Buzz Astrals, and that's what I mainly have on this guy for stats. And I need as much stats as possible because one, it boosts him, and secondly, it gives me extra BR. And plus, it's not fake BR, it's just added BR from the strength of yourself. Yeah, of course. But anyway, my Eternal Notion, which thing is freaking great. It actually boosts, the first time you put this on, it boosts your battle rating by like 20,000, which is asinine great. So there's this. So I've been hunting for this and been trying to get advanced guard core packs to where I'm getting Notion Eternal from events. So it's mainly that because I never buy the god core packs from the shop because it's like 2k balance as actual balance, not bound balance, sadly. And I'm a broke white cracker, so I'm a broke white cracker. I cannot afford these freaking god cores. And I just get lucky and refine them. The ones I will not use and probably will never get bought in the freaking shop, even though I kind of feel pity for some of the people in the shop that sell the certain notions and or just the certain god cores in the shop, because no one ever uses them that I know of and will never buy them because one, most of them do not even boost your BR, and secondly, it's irrelevant because if you start socketing god cores, that gives you a percentage boost in certain Sylph and you don't come across those, so it's like but anyway, as I said, stat wise, he's got Buzz Interact, or Intact, not Interact. It boosts his magic defense. Of course, you mainly want this main Astral for like Pan or Amazon Queen, but I love the Wind Self because everybody downgraded Pan to the point where it was a piece of crap, but I end up proving people wrong, and even in certain battlegrounds people are like, hey, this is Gary, the Pan user. Oh, it's that Pan guy. So I'm pretty much the only guy at Battleground I've ever seen. Actually, no, I take it back, because the third mage that's a god for mage class is Toya, Touya, or however you pronounce his name. Actually, no, I take that back. The other person that's like right next to Toya is Bella, and I think, or shout out to her because I'm actually friends with her through Battleground, and I'm friends with her on the Line app, which is actually pretty cool. I've not talked to her in a while, but then again, she's Filipino and she's always busy, and she's from the Philippines. So there's that. So anyway, Toya, Pityu, and Sky Mage are the top mage people that I can think of right off the top of my head. That's the king and queens of the Battleground. So yeah, magic defense is a must if you're using physical Sylphs like Hades, Pan, and Amazon Queen, which is Fire, Dark, and Wind Sylphs, and then the magic Sylphs, you want a physical God Core, of course, like Eve, Iris, and Apollo, which is light, water, and electricity. So yes, these ones are musts. And then this one, Buzz Sunder, boosts physical attack because it's physical attack. And Buzz Blessing, you want your health up, even though I say health is irrelevant, it still helps you, because if you're able to build the defense to where you can support it for the health, it helps. It really, really helps. And then Dauntless, and of course, physical defense, because this is like, Pan is pretty much a tank. He is a tank, Sylph. So I'm trying to tank him out as well as I can to where nobody can touch me, really, in Sylph mode. So it's actually kind of cool, but if you can get your stats to the point where you can tank even Sylphed people, which is possible but very hard, you are set. You are very freaking set. Okay, so there's all of that, and as I was saying, for this iris here, it's just like a throwaway for like upgrade, unlimited upgrade, or unlimited multiple exchange for Sepulchrum. For purple, you get 80, and I think for orange, you get like 200 something. But I'm not going to test my luck because, one, they're in training, and two, they are in arena, and I really don't want to mess with all that. So anyway, here's what you've all been waiting for. Or, actually, no, wait, hold that thought again. So I'm going to end up showing you guys my gem stats for right now. And I actually have mainly level 9s and so forth. And his stats are pretty much set to where, and I still gotta get rid of that charisma stat. Ugh, that annoys the crap out of me. Oh, and the invocation is absorb 45,000 health for every attack, which is like a chance thing, so it's usually nice to have this. And plus, when I invocate, that's pretty much going to be the only thing I go for, because that's the best one you want for wand. Either that or the one that deals pierce damage and extra critical percentage, or whatever it's called. I forget what it is, and I really don't care. But I just like the health regeneration, which is really, really nice, especially when you need it. And then for the robe, it's level 9s and then level 8s. So anyway, there is this, and then I have the rebound, but when I go for... I'm working on trying to get master invocation, so when I do that, I'm probably going to either get the stat bonus or the one that reflects major damage. So it's either I'm going to wait till master for that, or go to Furtuso, but Furtuso is probably going to be another year or two before I can get that. So, or who knows, maybe shorter, depending on recharge events, etc., etc. And then we have level 9 gems, of course, and then invocation plus 16,000, which I'm going to be changing here soon, which is a good thing. And then for the hat, again, level 9 gems, and then one level 8. I'm almost to the point where I'm solid level 9s for everything, so it's a work in progress. And plus magic attack 2300, and then reduced chance of crit by 5%. So it's pretty much guardian angel in its own benefit. So for my jewels, level 9 gems mainly, and then 2 level 8s. No invocation for them, because invocation is really not that needed. And then I also have level 9 gems and then 2 level 8s. Now for my gem setup, I pretty much have like 4 of everything, to where I have like 4 critical gems, 4 block gems, to where it balances everything out. And then I have like 4 physical defense gems, 4 magic defense gems, and then it's 8 magic attack gems, and then like 8 health gems, because the health and the attack boost your BR a lot. The same with defense gems, but block and crit doesn't give that much, but block and crit are a main source in trying to get your stats up to the point where you can deal more damage and tank more. Because if you have your mage set up as a block build like mine is, you can tank pretty much everything, because you need your block as high as you can get it, and you need the defensive gems to support the block. So again, that's also another thing to have when you don't do critical build, because your block can be so high up. It's for EWD build, it's like 8 block gems, 8 magic attack gems, 8 health gems, and then 4 physical defense, and then 4 magic defense gems. Or you can just skip the 4 magic defense gems and go 4 physical defense gems, because most people that play Mage like to do the physical tank build to where it's all physical defense gems, but that's kind of not a good idea because you come across a lot of mages, so you want to balance it out to where you have 4 physical and magic defense gems, because even the knights are a nightmare to go up. Knights are nightmare. I made a pun there. Anyway, there's that. And you want a balanced perfectly to the point where you don't have to worry about any specific area and spot that you need worked on, because if you have it balanced out, you don't really have to worry about much of anything. Oh, so as you guys saw, my BR right now is 349,000, and by tomorrow at reset, when Guild Circuit Quests reset, I will have that 350,000 battle rating. And oh yeah, and I'm also an Imperial Mythic Dragon Earl, as you guys can see here, to the point where I can max out my stuff, but I need to have a higher honor rating. So until you can raise your honor a lot higher, you cannot upgrade your medallion. So it really doesn't really matter to me right now. Plus I'm using the Emperor's Triperion that you need to upgrade that for Mara. So again, irrelevant, and plus another reason why I'm not leveling. And then you can also invest your insignia to